Developing tonight, a month after that toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Norfolk Southern is promising to make its own safety improvements, but they're being met with some skepticism from rail unions.
Some say they've called for change before. Chief investigative reporter Bennett Haverly is in studio with this story. Bennett.
Yeah, today Norfolk Southern promised to develop a safety training center here in Ohio for first responders. It comes one day before the CEO is expected to appear on Capitol Hill, and it follows promises earlier this week to invest in more defect detectors that the union reps say are long overdue. These are defect detectors, some of them hotbox detectors that 10 Investigates found along the tracks in Columbus. They played a critical role in the East Palestine derailment. This surveillance video shows sparks flying underneath the Norfolk Southern train miles before it derailed in East Palestine. The NTSB's preliminary report said the train passed over 2 other detectors before a third alerted the crew that the wheel bearing's temperature had risen by more than 250 degrees.
Until it reaches that threshold as it stands now, the crew's not notified until we have a car that's on fire. And that's just not the way we should be doing business. It endangers the community.
Clyde Whitaker represents union railroad workers in Ohio. His group and other unions are pushing lawmakers in the State House to pass additional safety measures, like requiring 2-person crews and setting a standard for how far apart these defect detectors are spaced, in addition to a standard threshold for when crews are notified that a problem exists.
But right now, it is in the hands of state lawmakers to hold these railroads accountable.
But the proposals are being met with opposition from the Ohio Railroad Association, an industry group representing the rail companies, who said any safety measures will likely be taken up by Congress, and there's no need to do it at the State House.
Allowing states or localities to impose operating rules on freight movements would soon create a regulatory patchwork that would be unworkable.
This week, Norfolk Southern promised to do more research and add more defect detectors along the tracks, starting with those near East Palestine. The company also announced plans to create a safety training center in Ohio to better train first responders in the event of another disaster. Another train derailment in Springfield and a fatal accident in Cleveland add to the list of train-related incidents in Ohio involving Norfolk Southern just within the past month. And Clyde Whitaker told me this afternoon that he wrote a letter to the Federal Railroad Administration last summer raising concerns about crew safety and defect detectors several months before that East Palestine derailment. Yolanda.
All right, thank you, Bennett. And tomorrow, Norfolk Southern CEO is expected to appear on Capitol Hill, where he will likely face some tough questions from lawmakers. 10 TV will monitor that for you, so make sure you download the 10 TV News app to get updates sent to your phone.